Hello guys, welcome back to the Brutal Investor channel. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day today. In this episode, we're going to talk about another project that recently got listed on Coinbase, and this project is called Status or the SNT token, right? Again, as always guys, I highly recommend you guys to do your own research on any of the projects we cover on our channel. And for this project, I recommend you guys to go to the website status.im in order to learn more about the project, right? But before we talk about Status, I want to talk to you guys about Gateio. Gateio is a centralized exchange that is known for listing low market cap gem tokens way before they get listed on major centralized exchanges such as Binance or Coinbase. What this means is if you have a Gateio account and if you buy these tokens, you get a chance of making 10, 20, 50 or even 100x gains on these tokens. If you don't already have a Gateio account, I suggest you to use the link in the description or on the screen right now in order to set up your Gateio account today. And by buying the low market cap gem tokens through the link you set up from the description, you not only get a chance to make some significant gains, but you also get a 30% trading fee rebate on any of the trades that you make, right? And by using the link to sign up, you're also supporting the Brutal Investor channel, for which I thank you in advance. So going back to the coin market cap page for this token, for the purpose of the video, I'm going to rely on the information present on coin market cap's page along with the information present on the website itself. But this is only going to be a peripheral analysis, which means you need to do your own in-depth research before you put your hard-earned money on this token, right? So what is Status? Status is categorized as a mobile and desktop operating system and decentralized browser that incorporates a messaging system. As such, Status allows you to interact with the network at any time from anywhere. It was originally released in June in 2017. So when it comes to Status, it's categorized as a mobile and desktop operating system. So it's an operating system platform, and it's a decentralized browser as well that is that focuses on incorporating messaging system. So you can use this as a operating system for mobile and desktop devices, and it also acts as a decentralized browser similar to how Brave browser works, and it incorporates messaging systems, right? And it basically allows you to interact with any network at any time from anywhere. So you can interact with multiple different networks at any time from anywhere, and it was originally released in June of 2017, right? So it's been around for quite a bit of time, and obviously it's not been not been more popular until recently, right? So it is a light client Ethereum node and has the ability to give you access to all Ethereum decentralized applications, otherwise known as dApps, from an app that is installed on your mobile phone or tablet. So what this basically acts as is it is a light client Ethereum node which runs on the Ethereum blockchain, and it basically has the ability to give you access to all Ethereum dApps. So you can access all Ethereum dApps through their platform, and you can use that obviously by installing it on your mobile phone or tablet, right? So this means that users can send encrypted messages as well as access decentralized application, including a cryptocurrency wallet. So what is the real life benefit of using this particular app is that not only can you use different dApps on Ethereum seamlessly, but you can also send encrypted messages, which is like again messages that cannot be decoded by a person who's interfering in the message. It's a end-to-end encryption. You can send the end-to-end encrypted messages while you're using decentralized application using the Status app, right? So that's kind of like the quick overview of what this platform is. So the next section covers about the founders of Status, which is something that's not going to be covered by this video because you can easily read through that, and it's something that is not going to be relevant for the purpose of the video, right? So I'm going to skip to the next section, which is what makes Status unique. So why would you choose to put your money on Status compared to any other project, right? So Status or SNT is an open source messaging platform as well as a mobile interface. So it is an open source platform and a mobile interface that focuses on allowing its users to interact with dApps running on the Ethereum blockchain. So you can use, as we said, you can use the dApps on the Ethereum blockchain simultaneously while sending end-to-end encrypted messages as well through the Status app, right? So in return, users get over 2,000 dApps, can send and receive encrypted messages on a peer-to-peer basis, and can make payments as well as utilize smart contracts. So from a user perspective, not only can you get access to over 2000 decentralized applications on the Ethereum blockchain, you can also access the messaging service that they offer, like send and receive messages to your friends or family, and while also using payment systems that are available on the Ethereum blockchain to make payments and use smart contracts that are available as well, right? So you can do a lot more things with just one single platform than using 4 to 5 different dApps or platforms to do the exact same thing, right? So it's basically making all of these features come in one single platform. So the network itself uses status network tokens, or the SNT, that are the native currency on the platform. The goal of status is to make the adoption of Ethereum dApps quicker and more efficient. So obviously, they have their own native token called the status network tokens, or the SNT tokens, and these are the native currency of the platform itself. And their main overall goal is to make the adoption of Ethereum dApps quicker and more efficient. So they're mainly focusing on not only just trying to provide end-to-end encryption messaging services, but also try to make the dApps that are on the Ethereum blockchain, which are really slow and inefficient, into a faster and efficient experience for users, right? So there is also a users as stakeholders network that allows the behavior of the network and its software to become aligned with the interests of a specific user. The contributors conduct research on a crypto economic model, and peer-to-peer technologies can ensure a healthy status network. So when it comes to other features of the platform itself, they allow users as stakeholders networks to be functioning as well, that allows for the behavior of the network and its software to be aligned with the interests of a specific user. So if you're a specific user who has a specific interest in the behavior of the network and the software of a particular network, they allow for flexibility in such a way that the network adapts to each and every user's unique experience, which makes it a very customizable platform, which is something that a lot of other projects will also incorporate in the future as well. And the contributors conduct research on a crypto economic model, and a peer-to-peer technologies can ensure a healthy status network, right? So this is pretty much a quick overview of this platform itself. So let's focus on the security of this network. So how is status network secure? When it comes to status network as a whole, it has a main goal of being a truly decentralized communications tool that over time can remove all third parties and minimize any attack vectors for malicious actors. So when it comes to the overall focus, they want to make sure that they provide a truly decentralized communication tool that removes all third parties, as well as minimize as attacks, attack vendors for malicious actors, and messages are not blocked or censored, and they are pseudo-anonymous when the user chooses this as an option. So when you send a message, it's not blocked or censored by default. They are pseudo-anonymous when the user chooses this as an option. So you can usually choose this option if you prefer, right? You can send, store, and receive cryptocurrencies and tokens within the status wallet, as the private keys are never exposed. Obviously, they have an inbuilt wallet, and you can store and send and receive cryptocurrencies in that wallet because you control the keys for those wallets, right? You browse through Web3, where the end user data and browsing information is not accessed by any third party. So obviously you can use this platform to access Web3 without having to be traced by anybody or any third party. The user's identity instead starts with a locally generated cryptographic key pair, which is protected with a password. Status also uses the WACU protocol for peer-to-peer or P2P communication, and WACU itself relies on the network of peers to route the messages to each other. So this section basically talks about how they prevent messages from being decoded, and how it is how their end-to-end encryption messaging service works. So this is pretty straightforward, and obviously let's go to the next paragraph. So it has end-to-end encryption by default and perfect forward secrecy, which is built on the X3DH and double ratchet specifications from open Whisper systems. The cryptocurrency is secured or stored on a non-custodial wallet, and there is signing phrase to protect from any phishing attack. So they are stating that they have multiple different phases or layers of protection, which includes, protecting the signing phrase, making sure that the end-to-end encryption itself is fully secure, and you can actually choose to from your end you can choose to use the password for a locally generated cryptographic keypad. So you can kind of like see how this platform offers multiple layers of security in order to ensure that their services is not being compromised from a security perspective, right? So that's pretty much the quick overview of this platform itself. So let's go to the website, which is status.im. So right off the bat, you can clearly see it's a pretty straightforward website. They have a private secure communication. Status is a secure messaging app, crypto wallet, and Web3 browser built with the state-of-the-art technology. And if you want to get status, you can click on the get status here. And this is pretty much how their platform would look like. You can message between people, and you can send cryptocurrencies and receive them as well, and you can build you can open your own wallet and store a whole bunch of cryptocurrencies as well, right? So if you scroll below, you can clearly see message, browse, transact on your terms, integrated into one powerful super app for private secure communication. So this is kind of like their main focus, and as we saw, like you can see some of the clear features of their platform here. There's a pretty cool animation here, and if you see, this is how it's pretty much like using WhatsApp or like a regular messaging service, or messaging on Facebook Messenger, or any other messaging platform, right? So truly private messaging. Status uses an open source peer-to-peer protocol and end-to-end encryption to protect your messages from third parties. Keep your private messages private with Status. So obviously for people who want to maintain privacy between when they send messages to some of their friends and family, this application would be a very good application for them to use. Obviously, there's a lot of other apps such as Signal that are already being much more popularly used by people, but this will be more of a wallet slash access to Web3 slash you can even access 2000 dApps on Ethereum while you're messaging people. So this provides much more flexibility and functionality compared to just say using an app called Signal, right? So if you scroll below, you can clearly see they have a secure crypto wallet where you can cover you basically have the keys to your own crypto, and you can choose a chat name which is also kind of customizable, pseudo anonymous account generation, which is also possible, decentralized Web3 browser, so you can access different dApps. As you can see, these are some of the examples. Private and secure by design, so it's pretty much protecting user privacy, which is the main focus here, right? So it's an open source project, which is pretty good, which means a lot of people can build on the source code itself and make it even more of a better project. Here you can read through about the missions and principles, and Status Network. You can learn about Status Network by clicking on the button here. And ready to get started with Status, you can use this page to download the Status Network app in order for you to use on your Android, Apple iStore, or Google Play, or you can get it on F-Droid, right? So if you scroll below, you can see some of the social media information where you can be a part of their community, and that's pretty much it, right? So it's a pretty straightforward and elegant platform and app that tries to do a lot of things that a lot of other projects can't do, which is pretty cool, right? So going back to the CoinMarketCap's page for this token is currently ranked 194th by market cap on CoinMarketCap, and is currently trading at 7 cents at the time I'm making this video, with about 6.52% decrease in the past 24 hours. So it seems like after the Coinbase listing, the token has kind of like dumped and is now in the dumping phase, and this is pretty much expected for any projects that gets listed on Binance or Coinbase. Within 24 to 48 hours, this token starts dumping, because the token is obviously like, immediately after the Coinbase listing, the token goes up and people want to capitalize on that, and therefore they dump the token. And that's pretty much what you're seeing with Status right now as well, right? So if you see the market cap itself, it's only $245.5 million in market cap, which is quite small compared to several other like messaging apps or platforms that don't really do half as much as what Status is doing. and therefore the opportunity for the market cap to grow is very high, right? And if you scroll below, you can clearly see that the max supply doesn't really, the token doesn't really have a max supply, which is quite disappointing because it's not a deflationary token, or it doesn't really have a supply cap. It is an inflationary token, which means new tokens can be launched and injected into the market, which can definitely slump the price of this token. So that's kind of like the only kind of negative side of this project, where it doesn't really have a max supply cap, right? But its circulating supply is 3.47 billion tokens. So the total supply is about 6.8 billion tokens, but the circulating supply is only 3.47 billion tokens. It seems like the tokenomics is pretty much the only main like issue with this project. That's the only thing that I have against this project when it comes to tokenomics, because there's no real scarcity, or there's no real like hard cap, and there's no scarcity built into the system, which means this token can pretty much print new SNT tokens as they please, right? Which is definitely concerning, which is something, one of the reasons why I personally will not be investing in this project, but that's just my personal opinion, right? When it comes to the charts itself, you can clearly see that the token had been, it was doing well for twice again, it won during the early stages of this token, and another peak during the recent times, but it has been for the most part in the downward or sideways movement, right? It's mainly probably because of the fact that its tokenomics is quite bad, and a lot of people are dumping this token immediately after they either farm it or stake it or receive it as staking rewards, right? So the initial tokens, price was 5.6 cents per token as of 30th of June 2017. Since then, the token was only volatile kind of twice. When the token initially reached 80 cents per token, this was obviously during the late 2017, early 2018 period, when every cryptocurrency was pumping like crazy. That's when this token pumped like crazy and then dumped immediately after that. It reached an all-time highs of 82 cents per token. Then it crashed significantly, reaching 2.9 cents per token as of 2019, pretty much early 2019, right? And throughout 2019 and I think 2020 as well, this token literally didn't do anything. It was pretty much bouncing between 2 to 4 cents per token. But now, if you see the charts, initially, obviously, like this token was quite low, but during 2021, early 2021, this token went from 3.9 to 4 cents per token to a relative highs of about close to 34 cents per token before crashing down again. And now it's in the sideways movements, right? So if you do, want to buy this token, then obviously this is a really good opportunity to buy this token, because this token is still at it's kind of relative to its all-time lows, but it is slightly higher than its all-time lows. But if you see, the token has a significant, is at a significant discount compared to the second all-time high as well as the first all-time high prices of about close to 40 cents and 82 cents respectively. And therefore, if you buy this token at this price point, you're pretty much going to get a really good short-term gain potential that is quite massive. But again, it's not guaranteed. It is a very risky and volatile project. It doesn't really have a max supply, which means this token can be inflationary, and therefore a lot of tokens can get dumped into the market anytime, right? So again, that's just my opinion, guys, not financial advice. But if you do plan to buy this token at this price point, you're pretty much buying it at a relative lows and close to its all-time lows, right? The initial price point of Bitcoin compared to was kind of like 1800 satoshis per token. It dumped right down and then reached an all-time high price of about 4500 satoshis per token before violently crashing down. And since the crash, this token was obviously like kind of like doing a lot of like tumble downs, and I think this token is kind of moving in the sideways direction right now. It's pretty much at its all-time lows, where this token is at 1400 satoshis per token, right? As you can see, in both Bitcoin and dollar comparative, this token has been quite volatile, but I think Bitcoin comparative is even more volatile than dollar comparative. So I'd suggest you to stick on to dollar comparative if in case you choose to buy this token, right? When it comes to the markets itself, you can clearly see that Coinbase is providing the most liquidity and trading pair for this particular token. It's also available on Binance, it's also available on Huobi Global, and also in Gateio as well, right? So speaking about Gateio, if you guys want to set up your own Gateio account and buy low market cap gem tokens, you can use the link in the description to create your Gateio account today, and kind of like sign in to get access to these low market cap jump tokens that can pump really hard in the future, right? So by using the link in the description to set up for your Gateio account, you're supporting the Brutal Investor channel, for which I thank you in advance. So if you see exchange wise, obviously like the top four, so like Coinbase, Binance, Huobi Global and Gateio are the ones that have most liquidity. So I would probably stick with them and not go beyond that, right? So what's my final verdict on this token, guys? The token has quite a bit of positive and negative components to it. The positive is that the token is a really innovative project where you can use, let's say, the benefits of Brave browser along with a personalized wallet, which has your keys that you control, and you can also use this particular platform to send and receive end-to-end encrypted messages, which is all pretty cool. But the negative is that it doesn't really have a max supply, and the tokenomics is quite horrendous. It seems like there's a lot of tokens in circulation, but it doesn't seem like there's a lot of demand, because if you take a look at the charts, it seems like the token only pumped twice in its entire existence, and even when it pumped, it crashed right away very fast. It didn't really have a sustained pump, which shows that there's a lot of price manipulation, maybe pump and dump going on, and therefore I wouldn't really be comfortable buying this project. If you do want to buy this project, this is probably a good project for you based on your own risk tolerance, but I wouldn't really buy this token at all, because it's definitely not going to be beneficial for everyone in the long term. Even though for the short term you can definitely make some money if you time the market right. But again, remember guys, you guys are not regular investors, you guys are brutal investors, so stay brutal. Thank you very much for watching my video, guys. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe for more videos. See you in my next video. Bye.